Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for a album review today, this morning actually, and this is for Neon Trees' new album, I Can Feel You Forgetting Me, that I just got done listening to. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Sorry that the video's so close to my face. It's just this camera phone's not so great or whatever. So yeah. And what did I think of this album? It's not bad. It's not their best. They've kind of gotten a little in the trendy pop stuff, which I don't hate that they actually made some pretty solid songs. Like Nights I actually did like. That wasn't a bad one. I gave that a 4.5 out of 5 because it was not too bad. It wasn't a favorite, but it's not bad. I think New Best Friend is starting to grow on me more, so I did originally give it a 4 out of 5, but now it's grown on me more. I'm starting to like it. The only ones that I had a problem with were Skeleton Boy and Mess Me Up. Those tracks were not so great. They weren't terrible, they just were average at best. Uh, it's just the way that Tyler's singing the songs and how the song's playing out for Skeleton Boy and Mess Me Up. They just don't seem to connect well. Like, melody wise, they just don't flow right. Uh, it's kind of an issue, but uh, I just was like, oh, fuck it. I'll just give it a solid rating. But Living Single was not a bad one. Everything is Killing Me was alright. They were decent tracks. Uh, I gave those 4 out of 5. So did Holy Ghost. Used to like. I'm actually liking that. When I give something a 4.5 out of 5, it means I kind of like it. Uh, not 100% like it, but sorry about the thunder. It's actually going to be raining soon where I'm at. But I actually woke up like 8:30 or so woke up about an hour ago. I'm still a little tired, but I still wanted to return to you for this album review. Sorry, I almost yawned there for a second. But yeah, Holy Ghost was actually not too bad. Tyler's voice in it was pretty solid, and the drum work and guitar work were not so bad. But they infuse the guitar work with the pop sound, and I don't know, some songs on this album it tends to work, but the other ones that don't flow right with the guitar and pop sound kind of have issues. I kind of have issues with those songs. Like, I can't seem to wrap my head around the fact that they went from a pop rock band to a pop band now. An indie pop band, I think they're known as in their genre. But for the most part, this album wasn't so bad. I still got a little more to talk about it, but uh certain songs on this album tended to flow right, and then there were some albums, uh, not some albums, some songs I meant to say. I was saying the wrong thing, my bad. But yeah, I like the final track on this album. It's actually really good. It's kind of good, which is not bad. So I gave it a solid rating. In my opinion, I think overall this album is decent. It's not their best work, but it did alright. And it's gonna make it in my decent to good albums of 2020, for sure. It's probably gonna be on the top list of it. Not the very top. I think Grouplove's album, Healer, was probably weaker than this album. So this is going to make it at a certain spot in the 10 to 20s. And sorry about the that kind of ding thing. It's my phone or whatever. It does that a lot. But for the most part, Neon Trees' new album, I Can Feel You Forgetting Me, it took them 6 years to make this album. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, that long? Because they had the Used to Like track come out in November last year. And then they had the other songs come out. Like, I think New Best Friend came out in May. And then it was Mess Me Up and Now Nights that came out yesterday. So I just wanted to review this whole album instead of reviewing the Nights track review, because I wasn't going to plan on doing that. But out of 10, I'm going to give I Can Feel You Forgetting Me by Neon Trees a 7 out of 10. It's not so bad. It's a decent album. It is listenable, and there are some songs where I had some issues with, where it didn't flow right with the guitar and pop sound. And it just, I don't know, it just felt a little off to me with Skeleton Boy and Mess Me Up, because those were the mellower tracks and I wasn't too crazy about them. But other than that, the album is decent. So comment below, let me know what you guys thought of this Neon Trees album, I Can Feel You Forgetting Me, if you've heard it. And if you like this album review, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I actually will be returning to you for another album review, which I don't know when this album's coming out. It's for Taylor Swift's Folklore album. So I'm really excited to review that. I was surprised. I saw it that she was releasing a new album. I saw it on the Chrome thing that sent me a notification on it. And I was like, really? She's making another album? Like, that's surprising. Her 8th studio album. And I'm like, shit. I'm definitely down to listen to that. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this album review. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. And yeah, I did happen to leave that group. That was a problem, but I'm trying to let it go, because it was just a very toxic group. And I did say earlier back in May that I was leaving it. Then I went back to it, and then I learned my lesson, and I'm like, okay, I'm done for good. But yeah, I'm just moving past it and focusing on my own videos, not drama crap. But I hope you enjoyed this album review I made for this coming up Friday's album reviews or album review that I just did on Neon Trees' I Can Feel You Forgetting Me. Definitely stay safe out there. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video.